I love and hate this idea, so let's just fucking do it. If you're new here or you didn't get it by this comment, I vehemently despise this movie, so let's just shit talk it. Also, all this cute clothes keeps popping up in the TikTok shop and I have no self-control. I'll link this one. Halloween Ends opens up by introducing us to this fucking loser right here, Corey Cunningham. If you don't understand why I'm calling him a loser yet, you will soon enough. Anyway, Corey is babysitting this kid Jeremy one night who is just an absolute fucking brat. Jeremy thinks it's a good idea to play a prank on Corey, but Corey accidentally during the prank knocks Jeremy off the ledge of a balcony and he falls to his death and dies. Corey is arrested for the murder of Jeremy, but then they ultimately decide it was a mistake, so they let him go, but he is now outcasted by the whole town because of it. Fast forward to 3 years later, we run into Laurie and Allison. The two of them and the whole town really are still recovering from the events of Halloween Kills. Yeah, you know, the one where Michael basically murked the entire fucking town, including Allison's parents and boyfriend. And we learn that after those events, Michael took off and he's nowhere to be found. Anything you ever thought you knew about Laurie being like a strong, independent woman who's not scared of shit, throw that out the fucking window because she is just like a blubbering mess in this movie. They made her absolutely weak. She's just like having panic attacks all the time, which would be normal given the events that she just went through, but it's Laurie fucking Strode. Come on. Don't fucking do her like that. We meet up with Corey in present day. We learn that he's working in his father's garage and he's still being accosted by bullies because of the whole murder thing. They end up cornering him one day on his way home and they injure him, and now looking back at it, knowing what I know, they should have beat the fucking shit out of him. But anyway, Laurie sees this and decides to save the day and brings him to the hospital where Allison happens to work. And a romance starts to bloom between the two of them. They like each other. And they decide to go to a Halloween party together. Corey wants to wear a mask because he wants nobody to know that it's him because, again, he's outcast by the town. He starts getting comfortable with Allison. They start vibing, but then the mother of the child that he murdered confronts him at the party. So, like the little bitch that he is, he runs away, and then he runs into the same bullies. But this time they decide to throw him over a bridge. And once over the bridge, he gets dragged into this hole by none other than Michael fucking Myers, who has seemingly just been living in the sewer. So this Pennywise wannabe motherfucker starts choking Corey out, but then suddenly develops a sense of humanity and lets Corey go. So Corey crawls out of the sewer where he is then confronted and kind of threatened by a homeless man who he then proceeds to just stab and kill. Why not? So Corey acts like nothing happens, doesn't tell anybody about Michael Myers living in the fucking sewers. And while they're on a date together, one of Allison's ex-boyfriends comes up to her and starts kind of harassing her. So Corey does what any logical person would do, and he lures him into the sewer where he is then killed by Michael. Allison then tells Corey how she missed out on a promotion from work because the promotion went to another nurse who is sleeping with the head doctor. So obviously, Corey kills the fucking doctor. And Michael kills the nurse. So now we're tag teaming. We're a team. We're pals, even. The literal manifestation of evil has a partner. So at this point, Corey is trying to convince Allison to leave town, and this fucking stupid bitch is like, okay, yeah, we should do it. Worth mentioning, I always really liked Allison up until this movie. But Laurie, who's witnessing how Corey is getting increasingly fucking weird, realizes that he is infected with Michael's evil. And they're connected. Laurie finds Corey in the house where he killed that kid accidentally, but the house is now abandoned. And she offers to help him on the condition that he leaves Allison alone, and he basically flips the fuck out and is like, everything that's happened in Haddonfield is your fault, like, everybody's blood is on your hands. And if he can't have Allison, then nobody will. I forgot to mention this scene of Corey and Allison just driving around on this bike, and it just gives me the same energy as this. It's just so fucking corny and embarrassing and fucking stupid. Anyway, Corey, now filled with rage, decides to go back to the sewers where he proceeds to physically fight Michael Myers and steal his mask. This fucking thing fought off the epitome and embodiment of evil, who once again just murked an entire fucking town in the last movie. But this child fought him off successfully and stole his mask. I fucking can't. Anyway, so now he just goes on a fucking rampage. He kills all the bullies that have been bullying him. He kills his own mother. He kills a fucking DJ. And then he goes to the Strode residence. So she knew Corey was going to come here, so she actually ends up faking her own suicide to lure him in, and then finally gains back some of her fucking power in this movie and ends up shooting him down the stairs. But instead of fighting her, what does this weirdo weasel fuck do? He stabs himself in the throat to frame her for his death. Allison walks in and he's choking and dying and like cradles him and now thinks that her grandmother did it. And then she just runs out, leaving Corey to die. But don't worry, who shows up to save the day? Michael. Maskless. And he takes his mask back and then just kills Corey. And then the moment we had all been waiting for 40 plus years. A final showdown between Laurie and Michael. And the scene lasts about 2 fucking minutes and it's anticlimactic as fuck. A struggle ensues. Laurie ends up pinning Michael to the kitchen counter and slitting his throat. Allison finally snaps out of her stupid ass fucking love trance and decides to come back to the house because she realizes that Lori's not the one that killed Corey. She then proceeds to help Lori subdue Michael and they slash his wrists. 40 years of an iconic franchise and they slice his wrist. That's it. But then, just to make sure he's dead, Lori and Allison take him to the salvage yard, escorted by police and also followed by the whole remaining town members. And they throw his body into an industrial shredder. R.I.P. Michael. So sad that the last movie you were in wasn't even about you. And then the two of them make up and they're fine. And that's it. That's the movie. I wish I could make this up. I wish I could actually unsee this and just live in blissful ignorance.